Hi everyone, today I'm going to walk you through the necessary forms to write an offer. So let's get started in dotloop. Here I am on the main dotloop page, and just so you know how I got here, if you need help with that, I'm going to go back to my loops. You would simply click add loop, put the address in, and then choose the template buyer or seller. And then it will bring you to a page that looks like this. What's really great is we've actually already put down a lot of the forms that you need. If for some reason you don't see a form in here, I want to make mention there is an add document button. You can go to templates and you'll be able to see other templates or other forms in here that you can access. Also, to point out, if you can't find what you need, make sure to go directly to Form Simplicity. Form Simplicity is a free service that we get access to for Beaches MLS, and every form you could possibly need is auto-updated in there. You can simply download it, download as a PDF, and add it as a document. So let's go look at the required documents to write an offer. So as you'll see, it's written in red on the left. And we're going to start with the exclusive buyer brokerage agreement transaction broker. So when you look at this, you will see that this is the first thing needed before you actually go out and take a buyer out to look at a home. So actually you can start a loop in advance and have this pre-filled out. So when you go to put an offer, you're ready to go with the loop. The way to go back to that original is just to push this little arrow to the left, and it brings you back to the original loop. So now let's say you filled out that buyer agent agreement. They're like, let's go put an offer on that house we saw. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the necessary forms. The first is the as is contract. You only want to submit offers with as is contract, and you only want to accept offers on the other side as is contract. So make sure that is always there in the top left at all times. And just to point out, I'm not going to go over how to fill out these forms. If you do need help with those, I do have additional videos where I walk you through that process. So let's see now. Now that I filled out the as-is contract, I also need to guarantee my compensation. So this is where we're going to fill out the compensation agreement, seller to buyer's broker. Be mindful when you write offers, we are going to be doing seller to buyer's broker only. At the time of this recording, there technically is another form, which is broker to buyer's broker. We're not using that. So just be careful when you look that up. We'll go back. This GG form is not a mandatory form. As you see next to it, it says optional. But if you want to see what this looks like, this is another, I guess you would call it accelerator to guaranteeing your commission. Because if you read the paragraph below, it says that within 3 days of the effective date that a compensation agreement will be signed. This was kind of brought on in the beginning of these new changes. I don't really see this form as much because now we all just know it's standard to have to sign a compensation agreement, but it's your choice if you'd like to use it. Let's go back. Next, you're going to see a lead-based paint disclosure. Now, just so you know, that this is only needed for homes that are built 1978 or earlier. So if the home was built in 1979, you don't need it. And also to flip this on the list side, if you're selling a home built 1978 or prior, you're going to make sure that you have this as part of the package. So let's go back. Next, let's scroll down. This is the addendum to a contract. You don't need this as an initial form, but if you make any changes to a contract whatsoever throughout the course, like let's say you extend the closing date, you change the list price, both parties both have to sign, and make sure to always reach out if you don't know exactly how to word it, because I would recommend not just kind of signing this at whim and filling it out. Really make sure what you're writing is actually appropriate. Next, you're going to do a homeowners association disclosure only if the home is located in an HOA community. The same for a condo association that is listed here. We have 2 brochures for buyers based off of energy efficiency and a lead info pamphlet. This can be provided at the same time that they sign the lead-based paint disclosure. And then there is a Federal Housing Administration VA form. So when you open this form, you'll see here, this is just for FHA and VA. What does that mean? If you have an FHA buyer getting an FHA loan or a VA loan, you have to fill this out as part of the offer. So you would submit to the listing agent the as is. If they have an FHA loan or VA loan, this form. If they lived in an HOA community, the HOA form. If not, without it. And if you had a home built before 1978, you would also include that. So if we had all those factors, we would have 4. But if those factors don't apply, at this point in time, it's just the as-is contract. Oh, and very importantly, our compensation agreement. So those 2 as well. And if you go down, another additional form that might be needed is the A badge. So if you end up using our in-house lender, your buyer uses them, you have to fill it out just to let them know the business that we're doing together. So I hope this helps you when you go to make an offer. And again, if you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me, and good luck.